episode of Wednesday Wrap Up, your weekly entertainment wrap up, brought to you by Borderline Entertainment right here on twitch.tv/Borderline Entertainment. If you're not watching it live, still, welcome. And thank you for watching. That means you're watching it 2 days later when it goes up on YouTube, and we greatly appreciate that as well. We've got a lot to talk about today. So much has happened in a week, and yet we have found a way to condense it to 4 major stories that we're going to hash out today. And again, my guest today is going to be Mr. Will Evans. Welcome, Will.
Hey, thanks for having me again. What a week. What an absolute whirlwind of a week. There's just so much we couldn't even get to. So much had dropped. But we're excited to be doing it. So let's break it out, shall we?
Yeah. Just so you know, this episode is brought to you by our patrons. You can be one too. All right, hold on. Let me paint you a picture. There's you in a room full of all of your family and friends. Let's just say you have 1 million friends, okay? If you can get 1 million people to donate $1 a month, that's 4 quarters or 10 dimes or however many nickels, because my brain just dropped off. That's $1 million. Will, what could we do with $1 million?
I mean, what couldn't we do with $1 million? That's the real question.
Exactly. Endless possibilities. Will would be here. We would have a studio.
Guest audience.
We wouldn't be in my spare bedroom. Oh my gosh. This crappy camera I'm using, built-in mic? No. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, bottom of your hearts, spread the word and do it yourself. Head over to patreon.com, search Borderline Entertainment, and join our Borderline fam today. Again, only $1 gets you exclusive content, and we've got a lot of content coming in 2019. So again, thank you to our patrons for sponsoring this episode. Without further ado, we're going to jump into your wrap-up. Starting off, Will, with the Apple of the Week. Spider-Man. Oh my gosh. So, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. Will, I know that you enjoy Spider-Man, but you're a huge Batman guy.
Yep.
Before I go down my rabbit hole, give me a 60-second synopsis on your love for Spider-Man and why you're excited about the trailer that just dropped, A Far From Home.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with the direction that they've taken with the character since signing on Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I think he really just encapsulates the character for me. And for what, you mentioned, big Batman fan, right? Obviously different universes, but for me, really, I don't know how it was that I really grasped onto an older, brooding, dark character as opposed to a character like Spider-Man, who I could probably have related a lot more with in my youth. So, with this, I love the direction. I love Tom Holland. I really love what they had set up with the first film. They didn't do an origin story, which was a huge thing for me. I'd seen that story played out, and with Batman, I know they do the same thing.
Yeah.
But really, I just love it. I think it's fantastic, but I'm really excited to further dive into what you thought about it, being the huge fan that you are.
So for myself, man, there was just so much to break down about this trailer. I'm not going to get into what I think the pointless argument that immediately Reddit and the rest of the internet just set fire to was, where does this take place?
Right.
Is this pre-Death Snap or is this afterwards? I don't really think that matters. Really, the meat of the movie that I was excited about, that people really should be talking about, Spider-Man's costumes. There was so much going on. We see the Homecoming suit, the new suit after Nick Fury. It has the original, like, Steve Ditko, Stanley, wings underneath. We saw the stealth suit, which is kind of akin to the noir, recently played by Nicolas Cage in Into the Spider-Verse.
So I'm really going to be intrigued as to the differences of what he's able to do with the different suits, particularly the stealth one, because we got more so just, we saw with the webbing, he's utilizing that, but really the stealth suit's gonna be really cool. Maybe some night vision built into that.
The other thing that I was really excited about was the enemies. We saw Mysterio, but then the elementals. We got to see the big Earth guy, and I thought that was Sandman. And I don't remember any of their names besides Hydro.
But I think the biggest thing is Mysterio. I think they really stayed true to the design and the look of Mysterio from the comic books, from everything that he's in. And I think that was going to be a big point of contention if they didn't.
Before we move on to our next news topic, do you think that Zendaya indeed is Mary Jane Watson?
It's clearly not the MJ that we know of.
She's no Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Spider-Man Far From Home. You do get the Apple of the Week, the best news story in entertainment news. But not everything was happy in downtown land. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you are getting the Onion of the Week, the worst news story in entertainment news this week. In an interview with the producers of A Quiet Place, John Krasinski, Emily Blunt.
Dynamic duo.
Yeah, one would say, yeah. I think they should get married. So this comes via Variety. In an interview with them on the red carpet of, the Critics' Choice Awards, they just kind of threw it out there. They just announced that they are currently working on a rebooted Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie that will begin production later this year. The fact that they have to say rebooted again. So for those who aren't big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans, and I know they never really rubbed your goat the right way. We have the original movies, and that was a trilogy. We had some weird spin-offs, and then I want to say the next big movie for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was the 3D one in 2007. The series needs to just end or continue what you've already got and just lean into the crap that is what you have.
Yeah, and I think that's the bigger thing is I think we're seeing so many new reboots of reboots, right? We saw reboots that weren't successful, and so to that point then what they're trying to do is, all right, let's try and put another spin or another angle on it to see if we can find the same success that other reboots have had. With you, I'm getting a little tired of the reboots. When it comes to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it was Michael Bay. He was doing Transformers. I just felt like there was so much that he tried to capture from what he was doing with Transformers. Mm-hmm. Hell, they even put Megan Fox in it.
Terrible April O'Neil.
Maybe it can be done right. I don't know, yet to be seen, but just keep it where it's been doing well, and that's on television.
I know that when we look back at old material, we have rose-tinted glasses, but that first movie totally holds up. You have real actors in rubber suits, and everybody's okay with it.
I honestly think that there are just films that they have those suits, they have whatever you're using, outside of CGI, and they hold up better. Argument made, the original Star Wars trilogy versus the prequels.
Yes. Original Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yeah. Oh my God.
The Hobbit.
I didn't even watch any of the Hobbit films.
That burp just signifies how over all of this I am. Onion of the Week.
Onion of the Week.
Oh, and I can taste it. I didn't even eat onions for dinner. Let's get out of the sadness, and let's move into something a little bit more lighthearted. It's time for the Banana of the Week. Daredevil, or really the fans of. So as we all know, everything's getting cut from Netflix. All of the Marvel superhero shows, they're all getting the axe. I think it's because everything's going to Disney Plus. Let's be honest here. It's going to happen.
It's the answer that nobody really wants to admit,
yeah.
Right? Disney Plus isn't out yet, right?
Right.
So they're kind of weeding these things out, and it's comical that this is happening because it's not going to happen. Charlie Cox, who plays Daredevil, he's like, he just recently tweeted, saw the petition, and was encouraging others to sign that petition.
That's amazing.
And then Vincent D'Onofrio was sharing that, showcasing his support.
The last time I saw the petition, it's at 150,000? That's the goal?
Yeah, so what I recently just saw was that it was at around 180,000 signatures. It's a great thing. I would love for it to come back. I thought it was the perfect mixture of what I love out of kind of those darker characters within the Marvel universe. But then you had others within that same realm. Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, The Punisher, what they were trying to do with the Defenders. Not all of those held up. Iron Fist being a big letdown.
Charlie Cox has even said that he would love to see a team-up film with Spider-Man, Daredevil and Spider-Man.
And as long as Disney Plus doesn't bring back Daredevil and Ben Affleck's attached to the project, I'm all good.
Oh, Daredevil. Yeah, I love you and you make me laugh.
Yes, good chuckle. That's the chuckle we were looking for.
That's the chuckle. We have one more award, ladies and gentlemen. That is our Muffin of the Week, our favorite news story, because this was big. And that goes to Bungie. Bungie and Activision parted ways. They split up.
They split officially, and it was a joint announcement as well. I think that's the biggest thing in highlighting how Bungie will assume just full ownership, development of the Destiny franchise, which is exciting.
It is. It's very exciting. There's a lot to come from this.
It's going to be interesting to see the future of Destiny.
Yes, they're going to have more creative freedom, more creative liberties.
Yeah.
but that money's got to come from somewhere. You know,
Right, exactly.
Microsoft funded Halo, and Activision funded Destiny. So,
Yeah.
you know, there were a lot of woes that came from Activision and a lot of things that we're thankful to lose, but we're also losing that financial stability.
I'm excited to see the direction that they could potentially go in, see what it's all about. And maybe this could be a huge point for a lot of people that had stepped away from it to get excited about Destiny again, which would be awesome because I loved Destiny for the community aspect.
I don't want the community to end up doing to Bungie what the community did to Insomniac with Spider-Man getting the Sam Raimi suit. You know, like, they bullied those developers. And I don't want that to happen if we're not getting content as quick as we want it. I know that Bungie can pull it off, but it's like, how's the fan base going to handle it? You know, if the pace changes the way things are released. So,
you know, and to that community, one thing that was mentioned through a talk with, you know, the IGN team, one thing that was brought up was the fact that, you know, we talked about content exclusivity with consoles. You know,
yes.
PlayStation getting a lot of that.
Ultimate Destiny experience is on PlayStation.
Now that that's split, I think
potentially gone.
Potentially gone. Maybe there's a sigh of relief now that the community can actually be whole, you know, as opposed to PlayStation players being able to dive into content that other individuals who were playing the game on Xbox and PC weren't able to do, so they weren't able to talk about it.
Also, to add to that, I think maybe, hopefully, crossplay. I feel like that's the conversation everywhere right now, especially now that Rocket League is going to be the next big game to do crossplay between consoles and PC. Destiny has to be up there. I want to play with my friends. I want to play with everyone. I think that is something else that we can really look forward to with this departure.
All really cool things to come.
Absolutely. Bungie, congratulations on your emancipation. Oh, that's probably not a Christian thing to say.
Strong word.
Strong word. To
Strong word.
your independence. Yeah, that you're split. You're on your own. Good job, Bungie. Anyways, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. We appreciate everybody who joined us tonight. You know, any and all views help. And you know what? We're not just on Twitch, and we're not just on YouTube. We are all over the internet. So if you want to connect with us like we want to connect with you, please go to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, where you can find Borderline Entertainment, and you can connect with us, and you can be a part of the conversation. Again, we want to give a big shout out to SamanthaJaneArt.com for providing us with these amazing mascots for our apple, onion, banana, and muffin. Please go check out her art. That is, again, SamanthaJaneArt.com. She's got fantastic material there.
Customized to your desire.
But for Borderline Entertainment, I'm Asa. This is Will.
Oh, that's how it's done.
That's how it's done.
That's me. That's me.
Yeah, that's Will. Boom. Boom shakalaka. Be well, Borderline fam.